Just as long as I'm talking here, have you actually talked to the Attorney General? Because the statute that you quote actually states the Attorney General is the one that answers for that law. I mean,
Answers for 327C?
Well, for the enforcement, yeah, they're the enforcement agency for that.
If you call the Attorney General's office, they'll tell you the Department of Health is the enforcement arm.
Well, but the statute itself states the Attorney General is.
Right, and we've had plenty of action contacting the Attorney General's office, and plenty of park residents who have contacted the Attorney General's office who defer you either to the Department of Health or the state legislature or a court of jurisdiction in your county. Mm-hmm. So the Attorney General's office has had a hands-off approach to the statute entirely.
Okay, but so if they do refer you to these various agencies, have you been following that direction?
Yeah, we followed, every time we get sent in a direction, we follow it until it terminates. And the Department of Health sends us back to court in the jurisdiction, in the county jurisdiction, who sends us back to the state legislature, who sends us to the Attorney General's office, and the process starts over again. So this specific issue of reasonable rent is one in the statute that we can't seem to find anybody to grab onto. We've done plenty of other work modifying the statute, clarifying the statute, making changes to the statute where it's very easy to find who's going to be responsible for it and where the actual avenues are. We have not found any success other than a lawsuit to address reasonable rent at all anywhere. So the next step in our plan was to talk to municipalities directly.
Well, the legislature is the one that developed Statute 327C, and it would seem that changes or further definitions of that would need to occur at the legislature.
The state legislature, again, generally speaking, will defer you to the enforcement measure of 327C, which is a court in a proper jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm. I have some sympathies to the situation because I know what happened to my taxes as a result of the sale of Rolling Hills and all other manufactured home communities in Ramsey County. My taxes went up 23% in 1 year, the assessed valuation. So things are not all fair all the way around. So it's not a fair playing field all the way across for developers with manufactured housing. I guess what I've wondered over the years is why is it that APAC itself has never deemed to develop a community?
I don't understand the question. Deemed to develop a community?
Well, why has APAC never sought to find land and develop a community themselves? You're making inroads, good inroads, on co-op purchasing of communities. And with Rolling Hills having the level of residence and income pattern that seems to be apparent there, why don't they just go ahead and organize to purchase it using Northwood or Northland, whatever it is that works with you? That would seem to me that would be a better proposition. The city provides absolutely no service for the tax dollars that are generated, both from you folks on your personal property tax or the property owner. Everything is the responsibility of the property owner. And so their way of recapture is with the rent increase. And I will tell you that there are a lot of community owners in Ramsey County suffering under this 23% increase that are trying desperately to keep their rents reasonable. Paul, if you'd like to say something else, feel free.
We're talking about expenses. We have done our homework. I have about every figure if you'd want to see it. I'd be glad to show you all the figures. I have everything from land taxes, sewer, water, trash, everything from Rolling Hills for the last 6 years. And when we talk about, we have taken those costs into consideration. We know that that their taxes have gone up. For instance, I'll just read you a few of them. Example, in 2005, The land tax at Rolling Hills was $104,922. These are public records. Okay, 2006, they went to $111,148. In 2007, they took the big jump. They went to $176,310 for the 3 parcels. There's 3 parcels of land there. That's a $64,000 jump. This last year, they went from $176,000 to $179,000. In 2005, $24.49 per unit, per home here, went into, of the month of the way they paid their monthly payment, $24.49 went to pay taxes. In 2006, it was $25.94, just about $1.50 more. And then it jumped in 2007 from 25 to 41. That's $15. That's a pretty good jump. But in 2008, it only went up 69 cents per month. And yet we went up $18. That doesn't make sense. Okay?
I think you did gain a little bit of, and I don't know, I'm speaking out of school, but I think on your last increase, that was 18. Yeah. So I think to some extent, the ownership company out of California may be getting some message.
I know they got a little bit of the message. It went down from 25 to 18, but they haven't done anything as far as, improvements in the park. They've spent little or nothing.
Yeah, but do you have any idea how the costs have increased just for normal maintenance? Just normal maintenance.
You know,
And I don't
what's
know,
amazing here is...
I don't feel it's my responsibility
Gary,
to justify...
you have your Beaver Lake over there,
Yes.
and you're doing a great job. Your rents have been going up $8 and $10, and it's amazing that you've been able to do that and able to do it when yet the Follett hasn't been able to do that. I wonder why that is. Isn't that because of management? It's showing me that you've done a lot better job than they have.
Well, here, let me ask you this. You mentioned the figures of homes for sale, vacant lots, homes going out. Currently, I'm sitting with 5 brand new homes that are nearing their birthday since they came in. I have 3 vacancies. I have 2 additional homes that'll be going out soon. So I know what you're going through. And believe me, this is not anything we're going to settle here tonight. And I'll be very honest, I don't believe it is the city's position to develop ordinances to control or interpret what reasonable is. That's going to have to be a legislative decision.
Well, no, that's
It'd be different if the city were supplying
you're
water
speaking
and
as-
sewer
as-
and street repairs, and they might have
Are
some
you speaking
influx.
for Beth and Tom also, or is that the way you all feel?
Well, Tom isn't part of the HOA,
Okay.
he's the staff for it. But my personal opinion is this needs to be addressed at the state legislature, yes. Not that he's speaking for me, but I do have that feeling as well. It's a state law that governs this. It's a state law that needs to be defined better. And I would recommend that the city of Maplewood does not take action on defining reasonableness or setting up some kind of rent control board. I don't believe that that's the city's role here. But that's my opinion, and our elected officials will be able to act on that how they see fit.